You can literally shift your reality in this very moment, today. All you have to do is shift into a different identity. What we believe about ourselves is what our reality becomes. It doesn't matter if your external circumstances may say that, you have such a nice house, or you have the best friends in the world, or you have a girlfriend, or, you have anything you could ever want. If you believe that you are, lesser or lower or like a loser or something, that's what you're going to become in your mind. And then it's going to begin to reflect in your reality. Even if it doesn't mean right now, soon in the future it will. And the beautiful thing is the same goes for when you shift your mindset to that of abundance. When you believe that you are capable of doing anything, that you can handle any project, that you can go anywhere you want in the world. It might not happen immediately, but shifting your self-perception and your beliefs about yourself can completely change your life. And not just, telling yourself that you are something, but fully embodying that and believing it fully and embracing the same frequency or energy as if you are already that which you aspire to be. If you want to become a filmmaker, there's no need to tell yourself you're a filmmaker. You just need to go out and embody it and act like it. You can say that you want to become something, but when you have a desire for something, it creates a gap between where you are and where you want to be. When you embody something, you become that in the very moment. And once you become, let's keep running with the filmmaker example, right? Let's say you embody what a filmmaker is. You embody the energy of someone who likes to make films. That will get you so much closer to actually becoming a filmmaker than believing that you want to be a filmmaker. Because when you start acting like a filmmaker, you do what filmmakers do. You go out, you look at different things, you look at angles, or you look at scenes in a different way. You might see, okay, the lighting is coming from there, and my film setup would be great here, and the audio would be so much better if I did this or that. Instead of believing that you wish to become a filmmaker and thinking, man, I wish I had the right equipment for it, or man, I wish I had this or that, or this knowledge or this experience or education or whatever, you just go out and act as if you are that already. You become that, you embody that, and you reach your desired state of being so much faster. In the same way that so many people are trapped in poverty because they believe they are an impoverished person, and your external circumstances might reflect that. You might think that you don't have a lot of resources right now, or you don't have money, or you don't have assets or anything like that. But when you start to think of yourself as rich, you start to act in that way. You start to see different opportunities that you might not have seen before. Instead of being, and I know not everyone is fortunate enough to have this, but instead of being trapped in your 9-to-5 that's paying you way less than you deserve, you start to look for different opportunities. Like, how do I start my own business? How do I make my own money? How do I find a better job, that'll actually pay me what I'm worth? It might not immediately change your physical circumstances, but keeping that mindset and that self-belief that you're already rich will bring you so much closer to your desires than acting as if your desires are something you dream about and something you aspire to, rather than something that you already are. And I kind of believe this is what Neville Goddard was teaching when he says feeling is the secret. When you start to feel as if you are already something, that's when you start to become it. A rich person might go totally broke or go super far into debt, but they already believe and know how to create that wealth, how to act as if they are wealthy and are able to rebuild it. Meanwhile, some people who win the lottery that believe they're in poverty will end up back in that situation. Even though for a short time their material circumstance changed, their self-belief in themselves, their perception that they don't need to learn how money works, that they don't need to save money and then they just spend it, rather than learning how to make it grow. That is a mindset shift that you need to have to become wealthy and stay wealthy and create generational wealth. I'll tell you guys a story. I wanted to make YouTube videos since I was 10, and I did, I used to go and film little Minecraft YouTube videos, or, play Super Smash Bros. Or something. And the videos are still out there, so they still exist, but they were so terrible that I got so discouraged because I wanted to be a YouTuber rather than embodying being a YouTuber, which is, going out and filming, even if it's not perfect. Even, right now I don't even have my main camera set up, but I just set up a little tripod with my phone because even though the audio quality won't be perfect, and it's, you just gotta go do it and fail and be willing to fail and be willing to be imperfect and be genuine and be yourself. And once that mindset shifted for me, that's when I actually started to become a YouTuber, someone who goes out and films YouTube videos and stuff. And while at this current moment I know that I'm not successful, I know that if I keep putting in the reps and I keep working hard at it and I work on my 2 channels and I keep improving through trial and error rather than overthinking about how to become a YouTuber or aspiring to become a YouTuber, or being afraid of failure, being a perfectionist, being putting up mental boundaries for myself, saying that I can't become a YouTuber because I don't have this or I'm not that. Instead, just going out and doing that, embodying the energy of being a YouTuber, has allowed me to get so much further than I ever would have otherwise. And I literally was, I brushed my dream aside for like 10 years, 12 years, and I think about in retrospect how much I could have done in that time if I was embodying the idea of being a YouTuber rather than aspiring to be one. You know what I mean? This goes for any real endeavor in life. If you can't see yourself and visualize yourself as doing that, it'll never happen. It might happen by accident, but it won't be a consistent thing. It won't be a lifestyle. It won't be a identity. If you want to get closer to God, you don't wish that you got closer to God. You sit there and pray and meditate and read scriptures, or read holy books, or learn about different religions and finding your path to get closer to God, whatever that may be for you. My point is this: if you can shift your identity about yourself, you can shift the self-perceptions you have about yourself, you can change your life in this very moment. You can change your life today. And it might not necessarily instantaneously shift everything, but it becomes the very moment where a butterfly effect occurs, where your one decision begins to spiral and grow exponentially into becoming something that you dreamed of instead of something that you wished for, and actually achieving your goals rather than wishing you had your goals. And the funny thing is, it's like those experiments where they have 2 sets of students, where one set is tasked to make the perfect I'm sorry. It's like those experiments where they have 2 sets of students, and one of the sets of students is asked to make the perfect clay pot, and they spend all this time working on a perfect clay pot, and then the other group is told to make as many clay pots as you possibly can. Just keep going, keep doing it. Doesn't matter if it's perfect or not, just keep making them. And at the end of the time period, whatever it is, like 2 weeks, the 2 groups come present their clay pots. And funny enough, the students who were supposed to make the perfect clay pot had only come up with 1 or 2, and meanwhile the ones who were just told to make as many clay pots as possible actually ended up with the best clay pot, because they ended up putting 50 reps in. They just kept doing it until it became natural for them. They embodied the art of pottery instead of believing and wishing that they were someone who could make pottery. That's my message for you guys today. I hope this helps. I know it's not as spiritual as normal, but I just wanted to, put out some motivation today, because I think a lot of the times I wish I would hear motivation, and I hope I can share my wisdom and my inspiration with you guys and hopefully allow you to change your lives. You can choose to change your life right now. You just have to be willing and embody what you wish to become rather than creating a separation between yourself and your desires. You have to become your dreams rather than wishing you had your dreams. Anyways, love you guys. Check out this freaking view, guys. This is just special. One of one. Anyways, have a wonderful day, guys. Love you. God bless you. And you're going to do amazing things. I already know it.